Hello and a very warm welcome to all of you joining us today for the eighth edition of Anubhav. Just some journal announcements. Please send a hello in the chat box and tell us from where you are joining today. And please keep your microphone on mute when not in use. You can keep your video off uh, if your network is unstable, and keep on if it is okay. This session is supposed to be interactive, so you can keep posting your questions in the chat box during the session, and we will have all the question answers after the end of the session. So let's begin. Unima Puppeteer Trust, India, the National Center of the International Association of Puppeteers. UNIMA, UNIMA, Union International de la Marionnette. It is a platform for exchange and networking to share between people who practice puppetry, work on this art, and are passionate about this art. UNIMA is present in more than 90 countries. It is the oldest international theater organization in the world. UNIMA is non-government organization affiliated to UNESCO. Its members who come from all over the world contribute to the development of puppetry art. It also supports meetings, conferences, exchanges, and collaborations opportunities to operate with people in all area of puppetry like therapy, teaching, training, research, documentation, collections, exhibitions, etc., and supports collecting and distributing information and publication about research, courses, and workshops. We have our exclusive digital publication called Sutradhar and the newsletter, which are present on our website as unimapuppeteertrust.in, and our video archive are available on our official YouTube channel at the rate Puppeteer Trust. You can find most of the Indian puppetry documentaries, glimpses of masterclasses conducted by all previous master puppeteers with us, and all previous Anubhav sessions are available there for free. Please feel free to access them, our digital library. This is the eighth edition of Anubhav. Anubhav is an attempt by Unima Puppeteer Trust India, where we meet the puppeteers, master puppeteers from traditional or contemporary practices, explorer, practitioner, trainer, mentor, therapist, filmmaker, or enthusiast in puppetry, one-on-one live on online platform to know each other closely, getting inspiration and learning by sharing the experiences in Hindi, which call Anubhav, and to build the better networking with strong roots. Now, I welcome my co-host of the day and puppeteer and General Secretary of Unima Puppeteer Trust India from Hyderabad, Mrs. Padmini Rangarajan, to take over, and please welcome and introduce our guest of the day, Sylvie Baillon, and the moderator of the day, Mrs. Ranjana Pandey, and proceed the segment ahead. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Manish. Hearty welcome to everyone. I'm not very sure about the pronunciation in French, but anyway, let me see. Maybe I might make mistake, but anyway. Uh, let us the Sable, Ches Panses Vertes National Puppetry Center is a place of creation, artistic and cultural research around the arts of puppetry and contemporary writing. The Ches, am I audible?
Yes, you are
All
audible.
right. Yeah, I got a message over here that says, okay, thank you. The Ches Panses Vertes company was founded in 1979 by Georges and Michel Bayon. Sylvie Baillon has been the director since 1986, and she explores multi-languages through puppetry and acting and combines other disciplines with her creations. While writing is the foundation of the company's work on stage, words are as much as part of the artistic material as actors, lighting, sound, and objects. Something interesting. It's about working with the material present on stage to lay bare the unsaid, unspoken, trying to sort through and rid ourselves of our representation and glitches. Well, that's how they work and they put it on. Most of her artistic work starts with a request made to a living author. While on the stage, she explores several languages through puppetry and actors and uses different media such as photography, video, music, dance, and so on. Sylvie is also very concerned about training and skills transmission. She is a member of the Ecole Supérieure Nationale des Arts la Marionnette Educational Committee in Charleville, France, and teaches dramaturgy and actors direction. She is a facilitator in several training and puppetry art and is used to work with institutional partners such as French Ministry for Education and the Regional Conservatory for Arts based in Amiens, where she manages to create a new option dedicated to puppetry arts. Hearty welcome to you, Sylvie ma'am.
Hi.
And
Thank
here
you.
is a small brief bio introduction about our own Ranjana ji. We all know her, but still, it's a privilege. Ms. Rajna Pandey is an Indian puppeteer, playwright, writer, and television director and educator. In 1982, Rajna Pandey founded and directed Janmadhyam, the People's Medium, or of the People, a community-based educational puppetry company. She is one of the pioneers in the Indian subcontinent to explore puppetry as therapy. In 2000 to 2002, Rajna Pandey created and directed the first puppetry-based 18-episode television series for children, Kulam Kulla, which was telecasted by India's National Broadcast Corporation, Doordarshan, several times through a period of 18 months. Rajna Pandey is also a faculty of several teaching, training, and mass communication colleges, including Jamia Millia Islamia universities in Delhi, and she gives workshops on puppetry for education, therapy, and development. Welcome to you also, Vanjana ji, and I welcome all our members and who have joined us from all parts of the world. Let's now open it for Sylvie. Sylvie?
Yes,
Yeah, you can.
I can what?
You can start.
So, yeah, please tell us about yourself and your little brief journey and interests. How do you begin your practice?
Yes. In my first life, I was a teacher of letter and music, and in 1991, excuse, my English is not better. I work with my father in the company, and as I be a director. Excuse me, Ranjana.
I love to see this expression on your face. Good. I think that was an excellent effort to speak in a foreign language. So, tu parles en français si tu veux, et puis je vais le traduire.
Oui,
I'm here for translation also, yeah.
Ok, ça me rassurerait un peu. Voilà, je suis devenue directrice en 1991 et puis j'ai développé un lieu qui s'appelle le Tas de Sable, Ches Panses Vertes.
Oui.
Et là, j'ai continué de développer mon travail.
Okay. So let me just translate this bit. Her journey began in 91, although she began in 86 with her father. In 91, she slowly set up an organization called Tas De Sable, which is like a theater. And she began, first of all, as a teacher. Her first step into this world was as a teacher. And she was teaching language and music.
Yeah.
And then you joined your father and you were you started as an actress as well?
No.
So No? So you had many experiences, and when you started working at Tas De Sable, what was the first thing that you did?
The first,
Quelle est la première production, ou quel est le premier travail que vous avez fait?
j'ai fait un spectacle qui était accompagné par François Lazaro. C'est comme ça que je connais, enfin, on a mis au point la notion de compagnonnage. Et ensuite, j'ai été accompagnée par un metteur en scène québécois, Jean-Raymond Schall, qui m'a accompagnée sur ma deuxième mise en scène. Et la troisième, je l'ai faite toute seule.
Okay. So the first two experiences she had was in collaboration or with the help of a director. The first one was François Lazaro, and the second one was a Canadian called
Jean-Raymond Schall.
Jean-Raymond Charles. And the third one, she was ready to sail on her own and did it all by herself. Oui?
Yes. Le premier spectacle qui a marqué l'histoire de la compagnie s'appelle Dieu est absent des champs de bataille. Et
so the first production, which actually was a landmark for this young company, was called God Does Not Exist on the Battlefield.
Et le thème de la guerre apparaît régulièrement. Tous les 10 ans, je travaille sur la guerre.
Every 10 years, she feels she really, the war, the Second World War, the First World War in Europe appears in her work. So.
Yeah. Et puis après, j'ai commencé à faire des spectacles pour enfants parce que j'avais des enfants.
So by now, Sylvie had children, and like it happens so often for women, when you have your own children, you start thinking about spectacle pour enfants. You start thinking about performance for children, and that's what she did also.
Yeah. Et j'ai continué sur ces deux chemins-là, à la fois des spectacles pour adultes et puis des spectacles pour enfants.
So she managed to continue this dual journey. One was performances and productions for adults, and the other was for children.
Avec de plus en plus un travail avec des auteurs vivants.
Yes, and the unusual thing, I mean, for me, is that she worked a lot with authors who are contemporaries, who are alive. Yeah.
Oui, c'est parce que en France, en tout cas, on dit souvent auteurs contemporains, même s'ils sont morts. Donc, c'est pour ça que je dis des auteurs vivants.
Yeah, I think you have to define what you mean by living authors and contemporary authors. There is a difference. A contemporary author might be living through our contemporary times, but a living author is a person who's writing and active at the moment. Yeah.
Voilà. Et puis, en parallèle, j'ai mené à la fois des actions de formation et dans un troisième case, des actions de compagnonnage.
Ça, j'ai pas très bien compris.
What is compagnonnage?
Look at Google.
Yes. Excusez-moi.
You know, I learned French when I was 12 years old, and my vocabulary is that of a child.
Wow.
Companionship. It means to be with the director, a new director or students to ask her or him questions and questions pour qu'il ou elle aille de plus en plus dans le détail.
So I think what Sylvie is saying is that and I've experienced it, that her strategy is to keep asking questions and more questions so that the people, the actors, the directors, or the performers are forced to think in great detail.
I learn what they do, and I ask her or him, it is what you want to say. And perhaps the gap between what I've learned and what they have in the mind is different. And the work is to do that we go to what we want to say. It's clear.
Yeah. So to reveal and this method of work or this strategy, do you do this with your own productions also?
My own. The first one and the two one.
Okay. In the first and the second, you had this approach.
Yeah. It's what we name companionship.
Okay.
I have many companionship in my life.
Yeah, so maybe it's like a collaboration, or it's like a hand holding. It's like helping.
It's like helping, but I don't answer to the questions.
Yeah.
I say they have to do to answer himself or herself. And it's difficult.
It's very difficult because it requires a lot of restraint on your part, not to jump in and give the answers, because the strategy is that you push the person to find his own answers.
It's very important that because I can't make my director, but I don't want that.
Yeah.
Because what I'm looking for is autonomy.
Right. So you want the people to be independent.
Independent. Yes.
Independent and find their own path, but with your guidance and help. Not guidance, but with this strategy of finding answers, and you ask the questions.
Yeah. Voilà. What about formation?
Training.
I have teach in Charleville since 96. And my my teaching is the same. Learned and ask
questions.
Ask.
So yeah, so Sylvie is, and Charleville it's a professional course for puppet theater, and those are the students that you were teaching in Charleville every year?
Every year.
Every year, since 96.
Yes.
Oh.
And the actor's direction,
Yeah.
Because the actor with the puppet is special. Is special because the actor have to be here and he have to be absent.
Yeah.
And he have to be learn what he does. Because voilà. Sinon ça ne marche pas.
Yeah. So it's very it is very interesting because it's the actor who is seen on the stage along with the puppet as an actor.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then his relationship with the puppet and his relationship with the audience. And so you give the guidance and the direction for how to do it in the best way.
Yes. Yes. Il y a des questions.
Oui, il y a des questions. Tu veux les lire? On peut
Oui.
répondre. Yeah.
Je les lis.
Alors, la seconde question, c'est quelles sont les questions que tu demandes? So, yeah, I think it's interesting to answer the second question first. The second question is, what questions do you ask, Sylvie? You ask questions and ask questions, but what are the questions you ask?
The show is about the text first. And we have to dramaturgy of the text and dramaturgy and how we can on the stage we can do to be on the stage, and it's two dramaturgy of the text and the dramaturgy on the stage. The dramaturgy of the text is what is the story, what the text says, and what you want to say with this text. And on stage, the questions are who says, how, alors ça je vais pas arriver à le dire en anglais.
Non, vas-y.
Comment le mettre en jeu, and the third question is the character who is in puppet, who is an actor. And so I liked in my work with the puppet, actor, music, video, dance, because every discipline says to audience different things. And my job is to make a tissue. Yes, a tissue, ça se dit. With that. And to be in compréhension, je sais pas comment on dit.
Yeah, to understand.
To understand, but feeling. I work on the feeling too. In France, we are very
rational and intellectual.
Yes, and it's because I want to work about feeling. Yes.
Yeah. And I think that the language of music and imagery explore emotions.
Explore emotions and different times.
Yeah.
Sort of times. We can, with puppet, have a present and a past, or the present and the future. And with video, we can the same, but to have different space.
Space, yeah.
With the puppet theater, we can do anything. C'est comme ça qu'on dit tout. We can do tout ce qu'on veut.
Yeah. There is a lot of freedom. Yeah, there is a lot of freedom in puppet theater.
Yeah. It's because you have to be precise on dramaturgy.
Yeah.
Because you can lose the audience.
Yeah. So the freedom does not mean that you have too many things on the stage without a reason.
Yes.
And that is why Sylvie's questions help, because every time you put something on stage, the why question and how question helps you to find focus and make it very precise. Yeah. Voulez-vous montrer un exemple de votre travail pour qu'on voit les combinations de toutes ces choses?
Alors, les images, the images that I had, it's chronologic. It's because I have participated for a colloque on my work.
On your work. Okay. So the video that Sylvie has made about her work, she says is chronological because it was presented at a seminar. So I am requesting her to show us a little bit so that we get a sense of the work that she's talking about and how it looks.
Okay.
Alors Sylvie, on le voit du début ou vous voulez choisir?
Oh ben, on peut peut-être aller plus loin que ce qu'on était arrêté.
Okay, you just carry on, Manish, and then she'll stop you whenever she wants to.
Stop. Stop.
You want to stop, Manish? Yeah, Manish, we have to stop. Manish, can we pause?
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me. It's a spectacle. God is absent in the battle.
Okay.
On the battle, and it's on the first war.
First World War.
World War. And the scenography is un carré. C'est un carré de sable parce que...
It's a square of sand. That's the set.
Oui, parce que je voulais parler de la mémoire et que sur le sable, dès qu'on marche, on fait un pas et du coup, il reste.
Oui. She used sand as a material on the stage because for her, sand is a material which takes the impression of every footprint and the footprint stays for a long time.
Ok, tu peux continuer. You can...
You can carry on, Manish.
Yeah. Tu peux aller, you can
continue
faster. Yeah.
You want to continue?
Yes. Donc, il aille plus loin dans la vidéo.
Manish, you can continue. You have to go forward. Can you go fast forward?
Yes. Si je parle, on m'entend là?
Oui, tu veux parler?
Oui, juste pendant que ça défile, parce que là, it's opera.
Okay.
Special right for us.
Oh, so it was created, the opera was created specially for this production.
And this is trop vite.
Can you stop, Manish? Yeah.
A little...
Go to the back, the black and white pictures.
Yeah. Yes. Stop. This is the second show on the wall. And I have done on the stage buto dance. the text is proféré, is excuse me. Offered by the actor, and the puppets are not be manipulated.
Oh,
It's comment on dit, c'est le comble.
donc les marionnettes sont là sur la scène, mais ils n'ont pas manipulé.
No,
Oh.
because the text says that we look for the battle, but we can't trouver.
Ah. On ne trouve pas la bataille.
C'est ça.
On cherche la bataille, mais on ne trouve pas. Yeah, so that to express the text in the best way, Sylvie found that you make puppets, but you place them without manipulate them, because the text actually talks about we are looking for a fight, but there is no battle. So to show that contradiction.
Et c'est ce qui nous tue, en fait. Il n'y a pas de bataille. On nous raconte une bataille, mais peut-être qu'il n'y en a pas.
Yeah, so the fundamental question is there really a fight, or is it just a creation? Is it just a story? Is it just a history?
Et dans cette photo, on voit une relation. In this photo,
Allez-y en français.
on voit l'acteur qui est juste à côté de la marionnette parce qu'il parle pour la marionnette.
So they are both, the actor and the puppet in this photograph are sitting together, but the actor is not manipulating the puppet. He's not the puppeteer. He is just the actor, and the puppet is next to him.
Yes. Ben, on peut avancer.
Yeah. I wish we could see the performance.
Sorry?
Où est-ce qu'on peut voir cette performance? Where can we see the shows?
C'est fini. It's done.
It's finished?
Finished.
It's not on YouTube?
I don't remember if we... see. We have the captation, the show in video, but it's not a good quality.
Okay.
But I can share with you the video. Yes.
I think it might be a good thing to share if you can.
Yes.
Because it will make whatever you have explaining come alive for us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Encore un petit peu.
Manish, थोड़ा आगे चलो. Manish, shall we go forward?
Alors là, c'est un spectacle qui s'appelle Drame Bref 2. Et les marionnettes sont faites à partir des dessins de Giacometti.
So this performance, these two gentlemen that you see in the photo are inspired by drawings from Giacometti, a well-known artist, And the play is called A Short Theatrical Piece number 2, or Deux Drames, bref. Ou
Non,
drame
drame bref 2,
deux.
parce qu'il a écrit un drame bref 1.
Ah, so there are 2 in the series. So this is from A Short Theatrical Piece.
Yes.
Drama, a short drama. Yeah.
This text is about the moment which it is avant, comment on dit ça?
Le moment avant la mort.
Non, comment on dit? C'est ce moment précis
Mm.
où on sait qu'il y aura un avant et un après.
Oh, it's the moment, it's the precise moment before and after. So there are 2 moments. One is before and the other is after, but there is a flash in the middle. And this is about that particular flash.
Et là, the two friends are speaking about the death of their friends. Yes. We can avancer.
We can go forward, look at more pictures. Manish,
Yes.
shall we go ahead? Yeah.
It's the same.
This is from the same play.
Yes, and yes. And
No, maintenant c'est avancé.
oui, c'est pas.
These are different plays now.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's about Don Quixote. That.
Yeah, this is a play about Don Quixote. So we are going through many performances, and this is now a play about Don Quixote.
We can stop.
Okay.
And without images, but we can return after.
Yes. So, Manish, you want to ask the next question? There was a question which had popped up.
Yes. Thank you. So my question is, what are the biggest challenges you have encountered in the field of puppetry, both as a dramaturg and as an educator?
Quel est le challenge le plus important?
Translation.
Non, j'ai compris. C'est le challenge le plus important aujourd'hui pour la marionnette.
Oui.
C'est ça, hein?
Et pour la dramaturgie aussi.
I think that puppetry theater says to us that we are objects. And we are not... alors, en français, ça dirait « nous sommes objectivés », c'est-à-dire rendus objets.
Les humains sont rendus objets. Oui? Donc, les humains sont rendus objets?
Oui, oui.
Okay. So, Sylvie is saying that she feels that today puppet theater is telling us that human beings have become like objects. So, we have lost some of our human qualities.
Et c'est donc le mieux placé pour nous. Oh, pardon, excuse-moi, Angela.
Non, non, allez-y.
C'est le mieux placé pour nous raconter aujourd'hui notre condition d'humain.
So, what is the challenge of puppetry then? Is that it has to show us our condition, our changing condition.
And for education, it's very important that you know that puppetry permet, comment on dit ça?
Permits.
Permits
Yeah.
to separate the actor and the puppet, the character. And so when we work with a child or adults, never we have to culpabiliser.
Dites-le en français.
Alors, le théâtre de marionnette permet que entre l'acteur et le personnage, on puisse faire une distinction. Et que donc, jamais on ne culpabilise celui qui manipule, puisque si elle l'a pas bien fait, la marionnette, c'est la faute de la marionnette.
Yeah. So
Non, mais c'est un distinguo très important.
Yeah. So one has to, one of the challenges for actors and puppeteers is that to distinguish between the actor and the puppeteer. The responsibility of the actor in giving puppet authenticity and agency without overshadowing the puppet. And because the actor can always save himself by blaming the puppet, but it is really the responsibility of the actor. C'est ça?
Oui.
Yeah.
Et la deuxième chose, c'est que pour mettre le théâtre devant nous, ce qu'on peut faire avec le théâtre de marionnette, bah du coup, on peut dire avec les enfants et les adolescents que si on change quelque chose sur ce plateau, on voit bien que ça change des choses. Et pourquoi ça serait pas pareil dans le monde?
Yeah, so for young people and for adolescents, when we show them a performance in which things can change, then we have to make the connection with how we can bring changes in real life. That is a challenge.
It's another question?
Yeah, adding to that, again, if we see the example, the photo you have shared on the video where one puppet is static between the battle. So puppet is alive without manipulating. Where is the conflict? Like how we understand the puppet is puppet, not the object.
Je suis pas sûre d'avoir tout compris.
Oui. Alors, il prend référence le tas de sable, enfin la scénographie du sable et la guerre. Il dit que la marionnette est là comme un objet, ce n'est plus une marionnette parce que ce n'est pas manipulé. Alors, comment est-ce qu'on comprend ça? C'est un objet ou c'est une marionnette?
The two, my captain.
Hein?
The two.
It's both. It is both together. It is an object as well as a puppet.
Always with the puppet. It's an object and it's a puppet. What is this important? It's the relationship with the actor.
Yeah.
And is this in this show, it's clear that the puppet is character.
Ah,
It's not object, but on photo it's not clear.
not clear.
But what is very important, it's the relationship between actor and puppet. Until the puppet is not manipulated. It's the défi.
It's that's the challenge.
Yes.
That
Of
is the
this spectacle.
Yeah. I think Anurupa has a question.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am, you can unmute. Yeah.
I have a question of dramaturgy because it is coming up over and over again now in the way contemporary puppeteers are creating performances. So traditionally, we have a dramaturgy. We have ways in which narratives were told over centuries. When we pick a new script, for example, a new idea, a new story, one question is when it is written, and you take the written word to the visual world of puppets. The other is when it comes from a concept. We want to talk about an idea or an autobiography. Maybe it's a lot of research put together. What would be the primary dramaturgical questions you would ask?
Okay. Ranjana is disappearing.
Non, je suis là.
Est-ce que tu peux juste me résumer pour savoir si j'ai bien compris?
Oui, je crois qu'Anurupa a demandé que les questions de dramaturgie, quelles sont les questions que nous devons demander parce que nous travaillons avec les narratifs anciens, mythologiques, qui ont été déjà là. Donc, c'est un fait. Ce sont des histoires qui sont connues, qui sont répétées, mais quand on prend de ces histoires, une partie ou le partie entier, pour faire un spectacle, quelles sont les questions dramaturgiques qu'on doit se poser?
Et puis elle avait une deuxième question, mais...
That one I missed. Anurupa, you'll have to repeat the second part of your question for me.
I was saying for contemporary performance, when you're picking up a text or a concept where you've got a lot of research, what would be the questions you could ask to translate text to this visual language of puppetry? What could be the dramaturgical questions you start to ask?
Donc, quand vous avez pris un texte et il y a beaucoup de recherches en contemporain texte et on a fait beaucoup de recherches, d'où on commence? Quelles sont les questions qu'on se demande pour pouvoir procéder?
Ok. When you have un ancien texte
You have a text? Oh.
for the ancien temps.
Okay, she's first telling us about the old narratives.
Old narratives. You have choice. You have choice between take the text or not take the text. But today, our je vais parler parce que là c'est des trucs un peu compliqués à dire pour moi.
Oui.
Aujourd'hui, les dramaturgies ont changé. En particulier avec la télévision et les séries.
Yeah.
Aujourd'hui, les enfants sont capables, par exemple, de suivre plusieurs histoires en même temps, alors que même à mon âge, quand j'étais petite, j'en étais pas capable.
Oui. Alors, je peux expliquer ça d'abord?
Oui, oui, bien sûr.
When you're working with the old narratives, it is quite clear that you have to see how dramaturgy has changed today because of the popularity and how much of moving images everybody watches. It's television, video, all the time. And people are now capable, and especially children, are now capable of following many stories at the same time. So you can have parallel stories running and people will still be able to follow it. So because of these changes in the way they look at images, dramaturgy has changed.
And we can use painting dramaturgy in plastic art. We can have accumulation of things, repetitions of things, and it is dramaturgy. It's possible to make a parallel between old text and this new dramaturgy.
Yeah.
Of stage. Fourth stage. When I have a new text, but old text too, I think, the first question is, what is the space?
What is the space?
Yes.
Okay.
We can on the stage, we can in realistic or not realistic.
Realistic, yeah.
And what is important for this is the space. You can bring all and it's, for example, the sand, the carré.
The stage, the square.
The square, yes. The square is a moment stopped, a stop moment. It's because it's a story. It's a garden in Middle Age. They think with square. The gardens.
Yes, all the gardens, even the Mughal gardens were all geometrical. They were all square.
Yes.
That was the design. Yeah.
We can make the bridge between old thing and what we can take on the stage.
Yeah.
Alors, est-ce que j'ai répondu à la question?
Oui. Donc, c'est une question d'espace et comment on utilise l'espace pour faire la communication. On peut aussi faire un pont entre les vieilles idées et comment on veut les exprimer aujourd'hui.
Oui.
C'est ça que vous avez dit?
Yeah. Oui.
So, Anubhav, does that answer your question somewhat?
Yeah, the first part. Now for the second.
So the new
dramaturgical for new text,
so for the new text, she's saying the space is very important. So before you begin, you have to understand what space you're going to work with.
No, mais I heard Anubhav, it's the space is when we have answered to the question who say and what want you
to say
with this text.
Yeah. So the questions remain the same.
Yes.
Who is saying it? And what do you want to say to the audience?
Même sans texte, hein, c'est ces questions-là.
Même sans texte.
Ce qui permet de choisir dans ce que tu fais, en fait.
Yeah. So, I mean, you have the permission to choose, provided you have clarity about the same questions of what you want to say through this new text.
It's enough? Anubhav, it's enough?
Yes, thank you, Sylvie. Thank you.
Same questions.
We have one question in the chat box from Terence. My question is, if people are objectified, how much does the look or the status of the puppeteer on stage matter?
Je veux bien une traduction là.
Donc, si les spectateurs sont devenus objets, alors est-ce que c'est toujours si important d'avoir... Ah non. Alors, quelle est l'importance de l'acteur et de la marionnette sur le stage?
We are not objects, okay? The audience were not objects. It's image that we are so like objects by the politics and so.
Yeah.
The audience are not child. They know that behind the castle there is something. there is somebody.
Yeah.
It's
Feeling suspension of disbelief.
it's an illusion for me that the audience don't know that, and how we can do without Castelli. In fact, we buy Castelli always in the show. It is fictive; it don't exist, but it's what we name focus. In fact, we buy Castelli.
So by Castelli, Sylvie means a stage, a fixed proscenium stage, right?
Yes. It's
So
when the actor is
yeah, it's hidden.
caché.
Il est caché. Okay. All right.
The puppet stage.
Yeah, the puppet
stage.
stage with
Okay.
a curtain in front and hiding
Okay.
behind.
Okay.
Right.
Puppet stage. Voilà. Alors, the relationship between actor and puppet, because we look the actor,
Yeah.
is very, very, very many relationships. If you have an actor who says the puppet comme ça, on peut se dire que c'est du mépris. Si au contraire, il la regarde comme ça,
Oui.
on peut se dire que c'est comment ça s'appelle, de l'admiration.
Yeah. So the way the actor relates to the puppet, the body language, the space, the way it is used, the interaction between the puppeteer and the puppet, the placement of the puppet and the puppeteer, all say many, many things. They express a power dynamic. They express much more than just an actor and a puppet.
Ce qui a changé, c'est que ça fait partie du langage.
Qu'est-ce qui a changé?
Ce qui a changé par rapport à la marionnette traditionnelle, c'est que c'est devenu un langage, cette position.
So things have changed from the traditional puppet stage when the puppet was behind along with the puppeteer. And that is what she's talking about, that when both the actor and the puppeteer are in front, it is a very different environment.
Okay.
Okay.
Moi, je vois personne, donc je suis...
Yeah, I know. Qu'est-ce qui se passe? Manish, are
Yes.
there any more questions?
I can't see in chat box, but I have one question.
You have a question, okay.
So, what are the future challenges of dramaturgy, of puppetry, and actors theatre, according to you? Puppetry's evolution with AI.
Oh, oh. La question inévitable.
I understood that bit of French.
Yes. What is IA?
Yeah.
I think that we have to play The human have to play. Et je ne m'en fais pas pour lui. Il va toujours jouer.
Yeah, there is no challenge in the future. Human beings have to continue to act, and there is no question about the fact that human beings will continue to act.
Par contre, je pense qu'effectivement, il y a peut-être des débouchés plus importants sur comment jouer avec une intelligence artificielle, puisque de toute façon, c'est nous qui la programmons. Enfin, pas nous, hein, mais des ingénieurs. Et que ça peut être intéressant de faire un challenge entre la marionnette et entre le marionnettiste et l'ingénieur. Mais c'est pas une fin en soi, l'IA.
So maybe in the future it can be very interesting to have a challenge between a puppeteer and an engineer, an AI engineer.
Okay.
Hello, sorry. Hi, Terence here. Sorry. I had a problem with my microphone and I wanted to just add something along with Manish.
Yes.
And I think that it is quite similar that the modern generation, and when I mean by when people become more objectified, you can see this in children, you can see this in more bullying cases, you can see this in the way people treat each other more and more like objects, more and more without the sense of authenticity. And now we have AI as well. And the number of things that people are watching on the phones, which are all fabricated without real people anymore. So that was really more the context of my question, but I thank you for the answer anyway. But I do think that there is a lot to overcome with AI and this new generation of audiences. Yeah, that's all I wanted to clarify. Thank you.
Thank you, Terence.
Yes.
Sylvie, would you like to show the last piece of the spectacle which has never been shown to an audience? L'orchestre, no? Okay.
J'aurais bien voulu, mais je ne l'ai pas donné à...
Ah, tu n'as pas la permission. Oh, tu n'as pas donné. Ah,
non,
bon.
et puis j'ai pas la permission de la diffuser.
Aussi. Ok.
Oui, j'ai fait un opéra.
Oui, le fin d'opéra.
Voilà, j'ai fait un opéra.
Okay.
Yeah. Daddy sir has one more question.
All right.
Daddy sir, would you like to unmute and ask?
My question is that through the years working, I'm talking personally, working in productions and things, are we at times losing the essence or simplicity of communication, but at times getting too deep and cerebral in our discourse with the audience? Also very, at times, maybe due to surroundings or situations of today, rather grotesque at times as well.
Hi, Daddy.
Huh?
Hi, she said.
Hi, how are you?
T'as compris la question?
Pas vraiment.
Ah, il se demande, est-ce que nous avons devenu trop compliqués? Il y a trop de recherche intellectuelle. Perdons-nous la simplicité? Le procès de faire un spectacle est devenu, Oui, il parle du procès de créer un spectacle. Est-ce que ça est devenu beaucoup trop intellectuel, trop convolué? On met des nous partout et puis il faut les ouvrir. Est-ce que avons-nous perdu notre simplicité? Perdons-nous notre simplicité?
I think we lost Sylvie's connection.
Sylvie's
Oh.
connection went away.
Sylvie's connection after my brilliant translation.
He's managing.
Should I call her?
Yes, please.
Yeah, I don't dare do it with my phone. I'll
अंजना
lose
मैम आप
my.
कमाल के फ्रेंच बोलती हैं
पता नहीं यार, पसीने छूट गए.
I'll just call Sylvia.
you Adab.
In the meantime, I would like to play that video, continue.
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
I've translated it on the phone if you want.
Very good. Yeah, yeah. So
How do I send it to you? I don't know. I'll copy it.
you
Clipboard
can read it. You can read
copied. I can put it only on WhatsApp.
I can't see what's that.
Uh, Manish, you can put it on chat.
Yes, I will.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said. Not bad. Okay, something must have gone wrong. Technology. Manish?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
I spoke to her. She was
Yeah,
going
so
to get
Sylvie
out
is
and
here
come
with
back
me.
in.
Yeah, we can come back.
Okay. So we are back on the same device.
On the same device, yeah.
C'était quoi la question?
Ah,
Anthony.
c'était la question, c'était comme je vous ai expliqué que nous sommes devenus trop cérébraux dans les procès. Perdons-nous notre simplicité.
Ooh. It's a big question.
Yeah.
What is simplicity? It's that the question, because we can thinking and be simple, be perhaps what you
mean.
it's naive.
Oh, I also thought that.
And naive, everybody wants to be naive. It's possible. It's a choice. I like the naive show.
Yeah.
But I like the
intellectual process.
It's an intellectual process. It's not incompatible. If it's only naive show, it's mad. It's if only intellectual show, and I don't mean what is this intellectual show. Very, vraiment. I like the show where all is decided. Where all the questions are
clear.
Clear. That's it. But I like to the show where is many questions, but I have one person who says me one question, who says me something. I don't like, but it's personal. I don't like the show where the manipulation is very complicated and aucune question ne m'est posée. Il n'y a personne qui me parle.
So yeah, what she's saying is that if there is a puppet performance in which the skill of manipulation and making the puppet is overwhelming the content, and the content is important because you have to say something to the audience and the audience has to receive it and say something back to you. But if that is the key. And she also said that simplicity does, if you mean naivete, then having a naive performance, there is no problem. but the intellectual process does not have to be in conflict with the simplicity. There is no conflict for her.
It's very, very, very complicated to do a
Simple
simplicity
show, exactly.
show.
It's like Picasso drawing like a child, but after having learned everything and then learning how to draw simply.
I think what we are hearing is when Sylvie is talking to the students in the foundation,
Yeah.
one of the things is you can't be vague in what you're saying. You need to have all the questions that you want to ask and what is leading up to this moment where the answer can be interpreted by the audience. But if you are not asking the questions at the right time, seeking them, and you're not precise, then everything is mixed up and confused. And that has been a very important takeaway, I think, for all of us during the foundation as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, I have learned a lot.
Yeah. Process of learning.
Yeah, I think Manish, if there are no more questions, it's 1 hour, 40 minutes.
Yes.
Just do ask everybody who's there if there are any more questions.
If there are any question, you can raise your hand, ask, or if there is no question, we can start winding up. So I think no question means all understood everything.
Tout le monde a compris tout ce qu'il y a pour moi. No questions. Donc, il n'y a pas de questions. Everything was explained. C'est clair.
Ben,
yeah.
thank you very much.
एक क्वेश्चन है. Can I ask?
There is a
Yes,
question.
please.
जब हम कोई नाटक के बारे में सोच रहे हैं या बना रहे हैं, तो हमें कैसे पता चलेगा कि क्या मटेरियल या क्या ऑफकोर्स आई एम पपेटियर, तो पपेट के साथ काम करना है, बट कैसे पता चलेगा कि क्या माध्यम जो ऑब्जेक्ट या पपेट या मटेरियल के साथ जो सूट होगा कहानी, कैसे पता चलता है? आई डोंट नो.
Alors, il demande que quand on va créer un spectacle, comment est-ce que je vais faire un choix de matériel? Quel matériel parle avec ce thème? तुम्हारा यही सवाल है ना कि मैं कौन सा मटेरियल इस्तेमाल करूं जो मुझे बात कहनी है, उसके साथ क्या सूट करेगा, है ना?
हाँ. कैसे चूज कर सकते हैं, कब?
Comment on choisit?
Material or technique? क्या?
Material, sir, is like technique, of course, technique, or I don't know.
Shamim, in the photos that we saw, Sylvie's work, now, in every performance, there was different technique and very different material and a very different aesthetic. मतलब स्टाइल ही अलग था. हर नाटक में अलग अलग स्टाइल है ना? So maybe we can ask her, how did she choose?
Okay.
Comment tu as choisi le matériau, par exemple, ou la technique pour les thèmes?
Alors, je discute avec celui qui construit les marionnettes. I discuss with
the maker, the person who's going to make the puppets. So what do you discuss?
I discuss what I see.
Your imagination.
Yeah.
Okay.
Et nous échangeons des images.
And then we work on images. and we draw different pictures.
Par exemple, je voudrais que ça ressemble à Giacometti, ou je voudrais que ça ressemble à Bacon.
So she has basically made a choice of her inspiration. Okay. For example, just to explain this or to understand it, supposing we are doing a story, a folk tale of Bihar, then will I choose the Maithili drawing aesthetic as an overarching concept for my play? Because the aesthetic has to express the context.
Right.
Anna?
Ça, c'est la première chose. Et puis la deuxième chose, on aime bien, avec le constructeur, être au... comment dire, prendre les choses en vrai. For example, when on a spectacle about the war, we need characters who
The skin, the peau.
La peau. We have to see the skin because it's very important. And en français, nous avons l'expression comment ça s'appelle? Manger, je sais plus quoi, ça ne m'en revient pas là. Et donc, le manipulateur pouvait vraiment manger la marionnette. D'ailleurs, c'est arrivé dans le spectacle. Le papier bouché. Le papier de boucher, c'est-à-dire celui qui emballe la viande.
Oui. So she feels like, for example, when she's talking about the war, she needs to show the skin, the actual physicality of the puppet, because the thought she has in her mind is that people actually eat each other in a battle. The aggression of war between one human being and the other. So how do I show it? In a very strong way, by actually eating another human being. So if you have to show that in your performance, then you have to make a puppet accordingly. So first, there is a thought process. So that thought process, according to her, you have to think of the emotion that you want the people to feel. Which material will express that emotion? The puppeteer has to find a combination of her thought process, the imagination, and the material.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
I answer your question, Shabir?
Thank you, Sylvie.
Personal consultations are possible.
We have one.
Unima India will charge a fee.
Oh, you're breaking up.
Yeah. So Ankit has another question to continue it. How do you figure out when the aesthetic or the visual is overwhelming or throwing off balance the content?
Yeah. Donc, à quel point l'esthétique devient, le visuel devient trop fort?
Quand est-ce que...
Oui. Parfois, on cherche une esthétique et ça devient de trop. Alors, on ne voit rien que l'esthétique. On ne voit pas les acteurs, on ne voit rien.
It's because the aesthetic must be in service of the show.
So the aesthetic has to actually serve your purpose, not become the purpose itself. So you don't do it like, oh, I love this look and so I'm going to put it there. It is because it makes what you want to say stronger, clearer, better. Oui?
Oui, très bien. Je n'aurais pas dit mieux.
Kill your darling.
Can you hear me?
Kill your darlings. Dishum, dishum.
Can you hear me? Hi.
Yeah.
Hi, Ankit. Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes, Ankit.
Oh, okay. No, so I get that. I was just trying to know if Sylvie has some way of realizing that this is getting overboard. Like, how do you figure out that this is getting heavier than the other? That's what I was trying to understand.
Do you have a magic formula?
Non, j'ai pas.
You can sell it today.
Non, j'ai pas de formule magique. C'est du travail et encore du travail.
She's saying there's no magic formula. You have to just keep working at it. Ankit, I'll add my 2 bits to it. You need a mirror. Sometimes when we are so much deep in the process, we cannot see. And so it's good to have an outside eye who can point it out to you.
Et puis, je travaille beaucoup collectivement.
Yeah, not alone.
Donc, il y a plein d'idées qui fusent partout. Moi, je fais que les choix.
He says that collaborations and working with the collective is always very useful because you come up with so many choices that it becomes clearer and you're able to make a good choice. Don't get too involved in it.
Thank you. It sounds perfect.
Okay. Yeah, Dadi is saying don't get too involved in your performance. Be a little zen.
Là, il faudrait peut-être s'arrêter, non?
Hmm?
Il faudrait peut-être s'arrêter.
Comment?
On va peut-être s'arrêter.
Oui. Yeah, so we can say thank you to Sylvie.
Yes.
Thank you, Sylvie.
No more question. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for
Thank
agreeing
you.
and coming up. Thank you so much. And thank you all the participants who joined and your thought-provoking questions. And we thank Ranjana ma'am for the kind help for translation and being there on the spot, running upstairs to manage on the spot. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Thank you. Welcome.
So there are lots of messages.
Thank you, Dadi, for presenting.
So it's very
Thank
good.
you, Anrupa ma'am, for all the back end help.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you so much.
Bye. Dab.
Bye.
Bye, Sylvie. Bye, sir. अरे अंकित ठीक हो तुम?
So shall we turn on our video for a second? So we'll have one.
I am here.
10 people left. Okay.
हाँ? Late बोला तूने ना?
So yeah, we can have a cozy chat.
Yeah.
And Dadi, you can ask Sylvie how long she's here. She's here till she's leaving on the 3rd night.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so smile. With your puppet
Oh,
if
we
you
are having a
have.
photo there.
प्राप्त चलेगा.
Okay.
Ma'am, you both need to come in the frame a little
Yeah,
closer.
I'm in the frame. Okay, voila.
Yeah.
Okay.
Manish, Anurupa's just coming back.
Okay.
Hello, Manjima ma'am.
Okay.
कहाँ गए?
So bye. Bye, everybody.
Yeah. Screenshot is done. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye. Yeah, we are going now.
Bye-bye.